Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. Today, because my birthday is coming, 29th of November, it's a few days away, and I have two unboxings to do. Why not? I thought, I don't do those very often, so let's go for it. So first one, I think it is, it's a gift from a dear friend from our tarot community, and she knows who she is. Thanks, Mel. And I got the tarot, the Maria Sella, and I haven't had this deck, but I remember actually when this deck was being created, and I was, fascinated with the images, with the colors. I was just, I think, at the beginning of my tarot journey. And when I saw it online, I think I saw it on Facebook first time actually. I asked the guy how long will it take to finish the deck, and he said like another few months, or I can't remember now properly, but he said that probably it's going to be printed by US Games, which happened. There was a mix-up with this deck also. I think they printed his name wrongly on the boxes, or something was wrong when they when the deck appeared for the first time. But right now it's available, and it's a teen deck. It's so cute. So it comes with little white book. I just opened on number 7, and 7 is quite a fascinating number. It's one of my year number right now, I think, for 2019. But 7 relates to perfection and victory. But in the case of the tarot, this may move in good or bad directions. The 7s are the beginning of the third and final cycle of tarot pips. In some ways, they are like 5s, in that they recall realities in life which are oftentimes harsh. The difference between the 7s represents deeper aspects of life's realities and demand greater action, immersion or involvement. The 7s offer greater struggle, but also rewards with greater victory, achieved through a greater effort. It's a number that requires courage, strength of will, risk-taking, acumen, and patience. It's interesting because when I look at 7s, that's exactly what I often think of. I think of 7s as 5s as well, in a way. It's an odd number in Tarot de Marseille, so it kind of is the more active number, but often it's the opposition, in swords and in wands. So often you have to make decisions in 7th, Again, check after the 6s, which are quite stable and quite harmonious. The 7th comes with like a new energy, and maybe the need to readjust. So then in the 8th you actually introduce those changes that you decided upon in 7th. So here we have the name of the author of this, the illustrator of the tarot, and he also made Vanessa Tarot. I didn't know that. So these are the backs of the cards, and the cards are very small, so they playing card size, or maybe even tiny bit smaller, which is really cute. I love it. And the coloring is very, the kind of purplish green. A lot of people there's heaps of unboxings and walkthroughs this deck. I'm just going to show you the major arcana so you can get a sense of. I love the faces. The Emperor, the Pope, the Lovers, and the Chariot. It's a sweet deck. Justice. Lovely night sky on the Hermit. And the Wheel of Fortune. So very, very traditional. Strength, which is the Force. Oh, look at the mustache of the Hangman. No shit. Movember. Death. No name, no number. Otherwise, we do have a number and a name. Temperance. Devil. with green. Tower and the star and the moon and the sun. So it's very traditional, not too much, you know, he didn't introduce too much, too many changes, just redrew the symbols and the full. That's gorgeous. And then we have aces. So, where are we? 4 aces in the cups. I actually like when they put all the numbers together. So then we have the 2s, and the tarot is made the way, you know, that's like stained. So it looks old, you know, it has this feel of being through some adventures of its own. So then 3s and 4s, and can you distinguish the, yeah, so the 3 of swords and 3 of wands, and then we have 3 of cups and 3 of coins, very flowery, very beautiful. 4s, oh, there's nearly a tree growing in the 4 of cups. And the flower in the 4 of swords, stability of the 4s, there's 5s, and then we have 6s and the 7s. So let's check this 7. So as you can see, there is this opposing middle factor. So we have the 6, the stability of the 6, and then the decision making, or, you know, having to work through certain stuff, because then we hit some form of maybe opposition, maybe a struggle, maybe they need to readjust and make some decisions. Here I always think of 7 of cups as this one cup in the middle. There is a pillar that it's stable, you know, or you have to really pay attention to something that is in the middle, or protect that something that is in the middle. So very often when we develop something, you come maybe to a point when you don't want to, you know, show it straight away in social media or speak about it. It's kind of this gentle protection of your growing idea. And then 7 of swords, also similar to the wands, but it's even more, it feels even more constricting and more, you know, in your head, like it's a lot of swords. And 7 of coins, we have the stability of the 4 in the bottom, and then this creative influx from the top, you know. And then we have the 8s, the 9s, which I like that they did the 4 ones, so the additive, and then we have the 10s and the pages. They're cute, they're so small, they have quite big heads. And then there are cavaliers, so the knights on horses. Wonderful. I love the Knight of Coins when he looks at the coin, actually. And then we have the queens, and it doesn't actually say here that, you know, the element, it just says queen, and we know it's Queen of Cups, obviously. And you can see easily. It's interesting that the Queen of Swords, she looks like she's pregnant, kind of like protecting her belly. And then we have the kings, some younger, some older. Younger the wands and the swords, and older the cups and the coins. So this is the cutest deck. Let's just see quickly. So, you know, it shuffles well. And I'm pretty sure it riffle shuffles well as well. Yes. Cool. So Tarot de Maria Celia in the cutest box ever. Thank you. Okay, so now it's a gift that I bought for myself, because why not? I was always jealous when I saw unboxing on the of the boxes, you know, like the subscription boxes. And then I found one which is it's a box from Astral Collective, so it's called Astral Box. And when I purchased it, it was still free shipping. I don't know, I hope everything is okay there because it's rumbly. So it's called Astral Box, and it says for spiritual babes and growing goddesses. I'm already grown goddess, but there you go. And wait, I'm just going to, so I'm moving this around. I don't want you to see my bed. So let's just open it and see what's rambling in there. So when I open it, and by the way, I bought a subscription for 3 months, and I haven't paid for the postage. It was free postage, but I think right now they introduced a little charge for the postage because it apparently wasn't very profitable for them, and the postage rates went up. And they actually posting from New Zealand, so my New Zealand friends, let's just see what's there. So there is a little card, and it says what's the total value in New Zealand dollars, but we pay for the box, I think, 30 something dollars. And in this box, I'm not going to say, I know what happened. Okay, so the crystals fell out. So what we got here is the tumble rose quartz, and you will find out why. So there is a tumble rose quartz which was in this, how do I show this? Tumble rose quartz, and it was in this little bag, like linen bag. It opened up, but we're not going to hide it. And there's also a bag of white agate. So agate is a form of quartz as well. So we have also white agate here. So 2 bags of rose quartz, and it says that rose quartz, stone of love, but not only romantic love. Rose quartz meaning is one of unconditional love. And you know, when you practice any form of spirituality, that unconditional love often comes to the fore, and it's a tough one, especially I think when you don't have children, because when you have children, maybe that is this initial, you know, like you kind of feel it for those kids, you know, in most cases anyway. But I think with practice, especially of meditation or any form of spirituality, devotion, you really come to terms with learning a lot about this form of love. And there's so many forms of love, and I think the older we get, the less you kind of keen on that heightened, you know, elated romantic love. It's more of this beautiful connection, deep understanding, the love that comes really for yourself and for the other, but it starts always with yourself. So here it says it helps with love entering your life and through its ability to bring your consciousness to a higher level. Its element is water, and combined washes out toxic energies and emotions that have been trapped. And when we read about the white agate, agate is often used to protect from stress, letting go of anger, increasing stability, aiding in important decision making, and encourages self-examination. The color represents peace, tranquility, calmness, and protection. It's also a special spiritual stone for mothers and pregnancy. So for me, I think whenever I get stones like this, I always put them around my other stones. For example, in the beginning, I might put them around my black stones, so like black tourmaline, smoky quartz, and I've got trusted stones already. When I buy, for example, crystals at the crystal fair, I usually kind of set the intention of cleansing and revibrating them to their natural resonance, you know, to the natural vibration, and then I often charge them later on, either with my intention, with my breath, with my sound, or with sound chimes. So that's what I'm going to do. So what else do we have here? We have a pack of deck, like a cards, and it says Crystal Grid Oracle Cards. It's a 48 card deck by Ashley Levy. Allow the Crystal Grid Oracle cards to give you messages from Universal Source Energy. This special guidance from our Crystal Allies reveals hidden messages, provides helpful insights, and offers suggested steps from moving forward, giving you both clarity and confidence. Well, let's check it out, shall we? It's also quite a small deck, like around the size of the Celia Tarot. Maria Celia, not sure how to pronounce it. Where's this knife of mine? So let's open the Crystal Grid Oracle cards. And this is fun, guys. I don't know if it's fun for you. It's definitely fun for me. Okay, so it's just a tack box. And we have, as I said, 48 cards. And it just says Crystal Grid Oracle cards by Ashley Levy. There's some cards of, what are crystal grids, why use crystal grids. So why use crystal grids? By combining crystals with sacred geometry, the language of the universe, you can directly communicate with the universal source. In this way, your messages get through in a way that is crystal clear, aiding in manifesting healing and more. So this mixture of sacred geometry shapes and putting crystals onto those geometric shapes. So ways to use this card. So she describes how to use the cards, using your cards for an inner guidance meditation. So there's a meditation and the layout. So there's few cards from the deck and some crystals that you can use, putting yourself in the middle, preparing for card reading, 1 card guidance pull, action plan, 3 card spread, so it's your personal influence, outside influence, and things to consider. That's quite nice, 3 card spread. There is 7 card spread for the chakras. Oh, that's cool. I might use it in my shop. And there's also annual timeline, so at the end of the year it would be cool to also do the 12 card spread. You can also become a certified Crystal Grid Oracle card reader if you're interested. So these are the bags with this flower of life, beautiful. And let's just take a look. So what she's done, she just done the pictures, I think, of her personal crystal grids, and they all set up on that flower, all of them. Yeah, I think they all set up on this background, on the flower of life background, and they have the name on the crystal here, and then the name appears on top, and then we have what stones are actually used. So there is no more explanation, no key phrases, just a keyword, abundance. And she's used red jasper, red pyro, red garnet, red calcite, clear quartz, green aventurine, and pyrite. So you can probably grab some of these stones and try to make that grid for abundance. Obviously, when you work with crystal grids, what's really important is the intention. And for me, always really charging up those stones before you put them onto a grid. So then we have acceptance. Always. That's an interesting keyword. Always whoa. Howlite, hematite, black obsidian, azurite, and malachite. It's actually quite creative to me from the stones. Angel, so that might be for communicating with angelic beings. Awareness, that's a nice one. And then there's balance. So you could always also use the stones that they provided. Beauty. Believe. That's a sweet one. Rose quartz, selenite, copper, and howlite. That's a nice combo. I like it. Blessed. So it's I think it's more of an interacting blessing, more of an interactive oracle. Clarity. So you want to actually use the crystals and make those grids. Confidence, connection, courage, creativity, desire, destiny, discover, dream, and so on. So let's just pull a card for us, shall we? So let's just give it a little shuffle. Also, when you shuffle cards, and that's how I was taught, you know how sometimes you just like take the deck and you like throw the cards down and then you have a lot of kind of cards that fall out? Try to pull with this thumb, try to pull the cards down, and with this side of your hands, you know, you kind of put the cards back into the pile. So you're pulling with this thumb, and with this sides of your hand you put these cards back into the pile. That way you won't get too many jumpers. So you're just pulling with the thumb down and putting with your hands the cards back into the pile. So I hope that's helpful tip. So let's just pull one. Harmony. Snowflake obsidian, medicine bowl agate, selenite and black obsidian. I like it. I like the connection of obsidian and selenite. Kind of speaks to me. The harmony, and also, you know, of this harmony with earth, because when you think of obsidian, it's volcanic glass. It comes from the depth of the earth. So for the harmony, that's lovely. So I might try to make one later for us at home. And there is more, so let's not forget about the box. So this is the main kind of thing that comes, and that's why we also have those, whoops, that was the rose quartz. That's why we also have those quartz. So what we got here is a bottle, a water bottle. It's glass, and it's made, so you open this side up only because you want to put the crystals in, and this is a crystal charge, so you can charge your water with the stones. So I'm going to mix those just to show you. I'm going to mix the agate and the clear quartz. So obviously you can put whatever whatever stones you have and whatever fits, you know, physically into the bottle. So then you close it here, and you've got the stones here, and you open it here and you put your water in. And you can also, you know, charge the bottle with the crystals. I would charge the stones before I put them into my bottle, and I also would then with my hands and with my breath maybe meditate for a little while with this. But like that you get the stones to charge your bottle, your water, and I think this is a fascinating idea. I love it. And also, you know, we used to write names, or like put stickers on the tape with the specific name. It's from this Emoto, Japanese doctor who worked with water crystals. And this bottle is awesome. It's no plastic and no, you know, harmful. It's glass, and it's wonderful. So you can put whatever you want in there to charge your bottle, and then you can take it out and drink your water. And how cool. So harmony, you can probably also put the bottle onto the grid that is on the cards. And then there is one more thing, and it is a lunar phase 2019 Northern Hemisphere calendar. And that's awesome. And it's like it's kind of like a postcard, so you can put it, you know, on your desk, and you've got the visuals, which I love, so you know exactly when there's full moon, what phases the moon goes through in 2019, and you've got the little description, and it's by Dreamy Moons. You can find her on Instagram as well. So that's it, guys. This is the Astral Box. That's what we got. So we have the coolest bottle ever, when I can charge my water. And you know, it's really awesome that this is separated from the stones, because some stones, if you want to put selenite in, or any stones that can leak into your water or can even dissolve in water, you don't really want to do it. You want to have, if you're doing a crystal potions, you want to put your crystals in a little glass container that you put into your water bottle or into your water jar to charge the water. You don't want to put the raw crystals in unless it's, clear quartz that you cleaned many times and you're sure that doesn't have any inclusions of other minerals. But to be safe, this is a perfect combo. So you have crystals and then the water touching crystals through the glass. There is no shapes or anything that can, kind of influence the clarity of water. So I think this is perfect, and these crystal bottles are amazing. So then we have this rose quartz and the agate, and we have this cool crystal grid oracle and the little lunar phases. So I like this box because it's like, it's not, like you don't get some like piece of chocolate or something, sorry. Like I wouldn't care too much, but they sent a few things, but they things you can actually use, and they things that are very, very cool for crystal lovers. Okay, so we'll see. I pre-ordered it for 3 months, so we'll see what I get at the end of the year and then the first month of next year. And I think that's it for 3 months. That's enough for me, but we'll see, unless I fall in love with it so much that I'm going to renew my prescription, who knows. Okay, thanks for watching and happy birthday to me. It's coming. Much love, guys, and I speak to you soon. Bye.